Alright guys, so here we are, day 2. We just jumped in the new Honda Talon 1000X model. Now this X model is about 5 inches shorter, it's about 5 inches more narrow, and it has 5 inches less travel in the rear. Now it's going to be really interesting to see how this vehicle performs out here. Now as far as the body itself, the body is the identical size. The frame's the size, the body's the same size. It's just the suspension components that they bolted onto these machines that make it longer and wider. Pretty interesting. So now we're just leaving out. We're just south of Zion National Park here in Utah, heading out to give this thing a run. It's about 60 miles out to our destination, and then we'll be 60 miles back. So Andy, first impressions, like now you're inside the vehicle, you drove first yesterday, pretty much the same type of road when we took off out of camp yesterday. What are you feeling different?
Well, with this car, it is, for it not being wider, you can feel how quick it is in the steering. So the width of the car being closer to the steering wheel and being not as wide, you don't have the same track as you did with the R. And this car is quicker. It's more nimble. It's gonna come around the corners and steer a lot faster. And right now we're actually driving in two-wheel drive. So right now I'm just trying to feel actually how squirrely or how controlled this car is in two-wheel drive.
So as a passenger, what I'm feeling it's a little bit rougher of a ride than yesterday. It's not quite as on a cloud smooth, I don't think.
It's slot car-ish. So I put it in four-wheel drive, and actually I already feel the difference. It's not as squirrely. It's a little more control. It's going wherever I point it now. Where before, in two-wheel drive, it just seemed like you're just steering with the rear end of the car. So
how much feedback are you getting from that power steering?
In this terrain right here, it's perfect.
Like, are you feeling any bump steer?
No, nothing at all at this moment. But if we get into some sand where the front end wants to grab the front, then yeah, you'll get that tendency of the bump stop or the feedback from the car wanting to pull itself in a direction.
Gotcha.
This is a cool little slot car deal here. That's cool.
That was awesome.
I dig how it knows to stay in this gear. Talking about the feedback they were talking about with driving this car, and that it senses what's going on and what you're doing with that gas pedal. It's not shifting because it wants to. It's shifting because it knows your pedal habits.
Right.
This is still awesome.
And the other thing they talked about last night, it's not like it learns over a long period of time and knows how you typically drive. It learns like the instance before that it chooses what to do. So if you change your driving style, like as you come into mud, you're in sand, right? You drop down into mud, that seconds before feedback, it goes, oh, we need to do something different.
So today's footage is so much better. I'm going to tell you this right now, just by looking in my rearview mirror, how everybody's kind of on top of each other compared to yesterday. And so you're going to get a chance to see what the car in front of me is doing, the car behind me is doing, as well as the car we're in right now. And you can see how stable and how well handling these cars are. What a view.
How much more pedal do you have down there?
How much more what?
How much more pedal do you have down there?
Like I'm barely a quarter pedal.
That's awesome.
We're just
we're doing 50 miles
we're cruising
an hour.
along, and I'm barely touching the gas pedal, so I got a lot of gas pedal left here. And so something very interesting, which I asked last night, this car, its gas pedals run off a cable. So it's actually turning, the gas pedal is turning a throttle body unlike the other manufacturers. The other manufacturers are using a fly-by-wire system, and that fly-by-wire system is, at the end of the day, it's there to protect the car from having a full throttle engagement when you're coming off a landing or the wheels are off the ground. So the purpose behind that is so that you're not destroying a belt. Well, this car, it having a transmission in it, it loves the power. So it's not looking, it doesn't need that protection where the CVT does. So you can be pegged on this car, going across the whoops, going across the mud, going across whatever terrain you're hitting, and just lay into the pedal, and it's not going to be, dumbing down its power because of the transmission, because of the cable throttle body setup that this car has. Man, that's some good gooey stuff right here, buddy.
A little bit of mud.
Almost seems like it would have been better to go in that other spot, just like he did.
Look at that. That's Zion National Park, my friends.
Nice.
It really makes you want to get the R model out here and like literally side by side on that same like rough troppy trail and just see what that. I really feel like the R model was a smoother running machine and stuff like that.
For sure. You got so much more spring and shock going on there. Remember, this car's competitor is these smaller cars.
That's true.
So, in comparison, this thing is bar none above them.
But how much slower would we be rolling in that other vehicle because of its longer wheelbase?
You mean in the competitor's vehicle?
No, like just the R model. So, for example, it's 5 inches longer. It turns slower. Like, do you think we'd be traveling at the same rate of speed?
Oh,
or do you
for
think...
sure. No, we would still be going this quick. I don't really feel that we would be. I think literally the driving experience would be the same, other than the tracking of the car. Now, obviously they've been running in this course for a little bit, so obviously it has the tracks that it's made based on this car. The tracks, if we did the tracks on the other car, this thing would be cut out a lot wider.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe that's some of the perspective of not having to, so that the experience of each car kind of can have its own, because it's its own laid out tracks.
Oh, this is cool. It's like a muddy clay sand. It's really strange. It's like essence of sand and the essence of mud, essence of clay, all mixed into one. It's really neat.
Dude, everybody's tootling along good. Like literally, the footage is awesome. Like this distance is the same behind me.
That's super cool. We didn't have that yesterday too much.
We had a pretty big gap. So rad. Look at this.
This is gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
Oh, this is so
is
picture.
epic. These guys are getting air up there. That's
Yeah.
sick.
You see that?
Oh, this is so fun.
Epic.
I'm blown away at how stable these vehicles are.
Yeah. I mean, even getting that left front wheel up, you know, that I-Force four-wheel drive, just the other tires grab it and you give it gas and it pulls that wheel back down to the ground. And that's the thing about this car is power is being delivered to the ground the whole entire time we're on the pedal. It's not just your lag, CVT lag or CVT momentum power that's the typical norm for these things. So, how's it being a passenger?
It's good. It's good. I love it. We're definitely more of a
You're not white knuckling it over there?
no. It's just the nature of this terrain today throws your body around a bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday there wasn't that quite as much switching back and forth.
Yeah.
More of a desert run instead of a tight trail run.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun, man. So let's touch a little bit more on that I-four-wheel drive. So I learned a lot about that last night, and it's interesting. So the gentleman who helped build and test, well, not test, but get feedback on these vehicles when they were released, comes from the four-wheel drive background. He's a rock crawler. He does like rock crawling Jeeps and buggies and things of that nature. And when they told him about the I-four-wheel drive, he's like, no way, it's never going to work. No one's going to want it. I'm going to hate it. And then after the testing, he gets out and he actually puts this car through its paces, just like we're doing now. He's like, man, that's really phenomenal. So unlike the assisted four-wheel drive of like Land Cruiser or something like that that actually puts brake to that wheel, what's happening is when that's losing traction on one side, it's putting power over to the other ones that are still on the ground. Not at a full percent, you say like 4%, I believe.
Yeah.
Transfer rates. It was really impressive. And being able to feel that transfer yesterday when we were rock crawling was really cool.
And it's funny because this car has a low gear and you kind of almost forget that it does. And I almost feel like you almost could get away in the high gear rock crawling because we just went up that no
Right.
problem with pretty simple ease. And so just the potential that this car has is phenomenal. Like it's going to conquer whatever you put in front of it.
Oh, this is fun.
Like nothing.
It was impressive last night to learn about all the detail that went into the creature comforts on the inside of the car. They did just as much development and research and testing on passenger comfort as they did on driver comfort and control placement and all that stuff.
And for most people that don't realize this, but Honda actually
Ease ourselves in and throttle out of this washout is what they just told us on the radio. Sick. Look how gooey that is.
Wow.
That's so cool.
That's right.
Oh, look how gorgeous this is.
Wow.
Jeez Louise. I gotta get a picture of this.
Dude, look at this cool hill.
Hey, my button's covered in mud. My thumbprint won't work because there's mud on it.
Dude, this is beautiful.
Yeah!
Woo! That's cool. Man, look at that.
This is fun. That valley over there. This is spectacular. So coming down this hill, how does it feel different than your Can-Am?
Well, first of all, I don't have to touch the gas pedal or the brakes in this car right now. On my Can-Am, I have to do one or the other. And the reason that is, if you don't touch the gas pedal when they're going downhill, the clutch won't engage to do the downhill descent. So you have to touch the throttle a little bit so that the CVT grabs to know to assist you downhill. And this one didn't require any of that. It didn't require me to touch the throttle. It didn't require me to touch the brakes. I just literally let off the brake pedal and it was already doing its hill descent.
So we just switched drivers. I don't know why, but I love riding on snowy track.
Yeah, it's cool.
So cool. All right, I'm just gonna pin to the floor, stabbing it. I definitely don't feel it's as floaty as the other model.
No. Remember, this is a trail unit, so
Yeah.
you know it's conquering a different deal, and it's capable of everything. Where the R was really intended for the, I would say, the glamorous guy, I guess you can call it.
The Dune Runner. So for those of you guys watching, there's a Honda Pioneer behind us. That Pioneer has our medical crew, first aid stuff, recovery stuff. That Pioneer is going all the places that we're going. It's a pretty capable vehicle. Ooh.
So talking about the Pioneer, you know, unfortunately, California isn't a pioneer state of, you know, high retail demand. But the thing is people need to understand that the machine is very capable. If you're just an adventurer or an explorer, that thing will get you anywhere, and it'll get you anywhere with 5 people. It's a 5-seater.
I didn't know it was a 5-seater.
Yeah, it's a 5-seater. So it's unique compared to the other models and segments that are out there that are your typical 4 that it would compete against. So, you know, you can't leave the Pioneer alone as far as something to think about purchasing.
Well, baby number 3 on the way. Looks like I'm getting a Pioneer instead of a 4-seater. Oh, this is epic. So this is a big washout, guys. So it's pretty steep on this side. We're going to drop straight down and just power up the other side out of it. Let's watch this guy make the maneuver.
Look at that.
Get it, buddy, get it. Ah, this car is fun.
Yeah.
It stayed a little higher in a little lower gear for a little bit longer than I thought it was right there.
Yeah. Like if you baby it, it'll lug itself.
It was learning from my stabbing. Ready? I'm really impressed at how clean we're staying inside the cab too.
Yeah. And that's not even with full doors. until you say something.
Got me. I really like not having to use the brake.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that it downshifts on its own and does its thing. He's getting it. I like it. He must be pissed at me for falling so close. He's trying to get away.
Mud. Water. So you weren't even driving in sport mode. Now you're in sport mode.
What was I in?
You're just in standard mode.
Oh,
standard
shoot.
automatic. So your shifting points will be, you'll see the difference right now.
All right, let's do hill start, hill assist.
So you got to hit the brake. No. Hit the brake and hold that. And then
Hill assist is on. Now I can take my foot off the brake, and we're there. That's awesome.
And that's funny because it goes away once it's
That's like a couple seconds of countdown. I can already feel the difference in that sport mode. Dun, 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 dun.
So we were talking about all the engineering and all the stuff gone into building this car, but one of the things that we didn't touch on is Honda actually did front impact testing and load testing on the frame, which no OEM manufacturer is doing. So you got a frame that's dipped in a coating and then powder coated, so you're not going to get that rusty frame that drips rust from the inside of the car to the outside when you're cleaning it and maintaining it. So you got a really corrosive-free chassis.
other thing we talked about last night is because Honda's a car company, they were able to do a bunch of testing on these vehicles to make them more, they're obviously not DOT rated vehicles, but they took the technology from those different divisions and put them into this so that we have a more robust vehicle. One of those was the seat slider. So the sliders on the bottom of these seats to move the seat forward and backward is actually traditional car sliders. You lift it up and slide it forward and back and it locks positively in place. The other creature comfort that they talked about last night was that grab handle over there. The adjustability on that grab handle is done with like a bicycle seat mount. So it locks into place, it's nice and solid, it doesn't rattle, and it's really easy to get to and to use. Just the finer details like that. Oh, another thing, and this thing has a whip mount already built into it. So there's no drilling holes, custom fabbing. You literally, 5 minutes, you just bolt your flag on, you're ready to roll.
Or adding a quick mount, or for sure. Like a clamp to the cage just to put a whip on. I mean, just little things like that make a huge difference to the consumer and the buyer. Customers want simplicity. They want to be able to just, oh, I know I'm supposed to do that here. Oh, I know I'm supposed to do that there. Well, Honda brought that to the table here. See how it holds the gears different?
Yeah. I can't emphasize enough how much I like the feel of the shift.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Oh, sorry. Apologize for getting you with the tree.
No, you didn't touch it. It was the car, all car, not me.
Alright guys, we're coming up on a washout here. Should be kind of fun to watch these vehicles roll through. Man, the instantaneous downshifts, and not just from high gear to automatically go to low, but you can feel it just click down and go through. It's cool. So right now we're full pinned open. The car is just selecting the right gear to be in, jumping back and forth if it needs to. Mud in the mouth.
Nice.
Oh man, I get it. Felt it in the mouth with mud on that one. That's good. Oh, what a beautiful view. Alright, so we're going to slingshot this just a little bit. I'm going to slow down. Give this a shot. So
the right side is
we're going
smooth.
From here, ready?
Yeah.
Pinned. It's pretty good. Want to do some Brodies in there. Okay, ready? So we're cruising 25 miles an hour, full pin. Ready? Yeehaw! Still pin, 57, 61. That's awesome. it. Just one tire slips a little bit, you can feel the other one kind of take up. That's awesome. That's fun. Hey guys, listen to this shift. That's awesome. Another one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and full pin it again. Ready, set.
Epic.
That was a lot of fun. Alright guys, well, that wraps up our little trip here in the Honda Talon 1000X model. This is the trail version. It is a phenomenal machine, but we're gonna go have some lunch now. We might have an opportunity to get back into the saddle a little bit later, but thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. If you like the commentary, leave a comment down below. If you got any questions about the vehicle, leave a comment down below as well. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Andy, what'd you think?
Awesome day. This Talon X exceeded all my expectations, being a side-by-side owner currently, and it's definitely going to change the market for a lot of drivers and enthusiasts that want to get out and get in something new, let alone get in a Honda.
There you go.
Good job, Honda.
This is Andy. I'm Kyle. We're with Chaparral Motorsports. Until next time, take care and ride safe out there.